Hello and welcome. My name is Haji Dalwal. I'm a product marketing manager for Windows Commercial at Microsoft. In this series, the Windows IT Pro Stories, I'm speaking with IT professionals from all over the world. With me today is Raymond Comvalius.
Hi Harjit. Well, my name is Raymond Comvalius and I'm an independent consultant and trainer from the Netherlands.
So let's dive in. What do you love about Windows 11?
I think it's the better Windows 10, of course. And there are a few features that I really like, especially the snap layout is my favorite.
Snap layouts is actually one of my favorites as well.
Well, that's absolutely the one that I use the most. Live captions is the one that I recently found out about, and I really like it.
Live captions goes along with accessibility features, right? So the new accessibility features, which is really strong and seems very inclusive, right? For anyone that has disabilities, and even those that don't. And we have different, cues that we use, right?
Yeah, and I like the fact that you can get captions whenever you like, because in the Netherlands we speak Dutch, so we're not native English speakers, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with what you hear, and then it's a good thing to have the captions along with what you hear.
Right. And then the same thing with the dictations as well, right? You open up an app where you type, whether it's Notepad or Word, and you can start with dictation. And it's really, really powerful, really good. All right, so speaking of features, what improvements in Windows 11 that surprised you?
I love the idea of multiple desktops, especially as a consultant, because at one moment you're working for a customer, another moment you're working for yourself, and you want to have that in separate desktops so that you have a desktop for everything you do at the customer and a desktop for everything you do on your own.
Yeah, I was going to say the multiple desktops is already there in Windows 11, and it has improved from Windows 10. Obviously it's, there's still more to come, but
Yeah.
It's definitely a great way of working, right? The modern way of working by, as you said, separation. You're a consultant, you're working with customers and things like that. What are you hearing from them in terms of Windows 11, and how are you helping them do these upgrades and migrations?
Well, I think with them to find the easiest way to do the upgrade, to find their blockers. And there are very little blockers at the moment to move from Windows 10 to Windows 11. I like the smooth upgrade process, for instance. There's very little that breaks during the upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11. It's more that my customers are kind of hesitant for those new developments to, actually embrace them and move along with the rest of the world. But there's very little that keeps them from moving to Windows 11.
And so there's another thing I want to bring up is about security, the security aspects of Windows 11. What are your thoughts about that? What can you tell me more about security?
Microsoft has been making great steps in improving the security and adding new security features. To better manage and secure Windows 11 organizations today, I would say make use of the cloud. Make use of Azure AD, make use of Intune, make use of new features like Autopilot, Autopatch, which is coming out soon or what has just been released.
Any tips and tricks that you'd like to share with your fellow IT pros about Windows 11?
Well, I would say learn the keyboard shortcuts. There are so many nice, neat tricks in keyboard shortcuts to use in Windows 11, like getting your emojis with Windows dot. I love that one. Or taking a screenshot with Windows Shift S, which is probably my most used keyboard shortcut ever. And I just love the way it works. And another one that I really will tell everybody to look at is the clipboard history feature. It was there in Windows 10 already, but I still love it. And I use it anywhere, anytime.
So this has been great. I really appreciate your time. And it's been a pleasure to have you, talking about Windows 11 and its awesomeness and sharing some of the tips.
Well, thank you for having me.